what you're going to need is some duct tape, a pair of scissors, a ruler, optional, an X-Acto knife, a Ziploc bag, and a Bic pen. I'm going to be using this lap desk computer thing for my duct tape crafts and as an X-Acto knife cutting board. So I'm going to be taking the end of my Ziploc bag and folding it exactly 3 inches upwards towards the zip, or to about the size that you would like your pencil case to be. Next, grab your duct tape. This part is completely up to you. Use as many colors as you want. So now I am putting a strip of duct tape across the bottom of my Ziploc bag just to start decorating it. Okay, so this part can be kind of tricky. You really want to line up the top of the duct tape right underneath the zipper. You do not want to get it on the zipper. I mean, it can't do harm. It's just going to be difficult to find the zipper and open your pencil case. So just really line up the top of the duct tape with the bottom of the zipper. Okay, so I think what I was trying to say in this part of the video is that I could X-Acto knife the edges off, but I'm going to have to do that again anyway, so I might as well just do it once. So I'm not going to X-Acto knife it off now. Okay, so now you can see I finished putting the duct tape on my Ziploc bag, and you can see that there are some jagged parts that are uneven and some duct tape sticking out. So I'm just going to line up my ruler with the top of the Ziploc bag, and I'm going to X-Acto knife that away. Now you could use scissors for this, and X-Acto knife was just the easiest option for me. So if you have an X-Acto knife, I recommend using that. But make sure, important, do not cut the Ziploc bag. Otherwise, you'll have pens and pencils flying everywhere. Yay! So I have finished my pencil case. I have X-Acto knifed everything away, and it's nice and roomy and pretty, and you could decorate the duct tape side. I did that later on. But also, you can line up the pencil case along your binder and put a mark where each ring of the binder is and punch holes there, and then you can easily put your pencil case in your binder. So I think this is a really nice, easy craft for back to school, and I hope you guys like it. For this next duct tape sparkler pen, I recommend using a pen, not a pencil, because otherwise you can't sharpen your pencil. Okay, so my camera stopped recording, so I wasn't able to get this part, but I'm going to explain it to you anyways. That's why I already have some things already done. Okay, so to get this cheetah pen, all I did was get a 4-inch strip of duct tape and make sure it goes a little bit above both lines that are on the pen. If you have a Papermate pen, you know what I'm talking about. And I just put the pen on the duct tape, and I rolled it so it was nice and even, and I did the same thing on the cap. So now I have my little cheetah cap and pen. Next, you need to get these 2 strips of duct tape. Well, you're actually going to need 4, but I'm going to show you how to get these. So you're going to need 4 like this in different patterns. I mean, you can have the same pattern in colors, but I prefer different patterns. Makes it more fun. So I'm going to rip a strip of duct tape. That is going to be exactly 12 inches. So measure, make sure it's 12 inches, make sure it's perfectly cut. Measure twice, cut once. I think that's what it means. I don't know. And then I'm going to grab the piece of duct tape and fold it in half. And I'm going to do that on 2 more pieces of duct tape. So I already have 2. I'm going to make 2 more, and that in total is going to be 4 little 12-inch strips of duct tape. So you can see there's some sticky there. Don't worry, all you have to do is just trim the parts that are sticky that is coming out of the duct tape. So just in case you didn't get that, what you're going to do is rip your duct tape, Make it exactly 12 inches, exactly. And you're gonna cut it and cut it and still cut it. You're going to cut it and fold it in half. Now if you don't fold it exactly perfect, that's fine. Just trim the sticky as you will see me doing right here. Yay! So now you have your 12-inch strips, your 4 12-inch strips. So now this part might confuse you guys, so try and keep up and I will explain it many times. So measure your 12 inches against your ruler and you are going to cut every 3 inches. So once at 3 inches, once at 6 inches, and once at 9 inches. And that way you will have 4 3-inch cuts. Now it's okay if they're not perfectly 3 inches, that's not going to matter. But you're going to do that to all 4 strips. Okay, now you have your 4 3-inch little miniature strips of your 4 12-inch strips. So now, in case you didn't get it again before, I'm going to show you with this strip. So measure out the 12 inches and cut every 3 inches. So again, at 3 inches, at 9 inches, and 3 inches, at 6 inches, and at 9 inches. So you're going to have 4 3-inch little miniature strips. Okay, so I am now doing the exact same thing to my other 2 strips remaining. And so I'm just cutting, again, I know I've told you this, at every 3 inches. Woohoo! So now I have my 12 strips of 3 inches. So now, again, this part might confuse you, so just watch closely. All you're going to do is cut it in a diagonal, that way. And that little triangle, so diagonal point, that little triangle you do not need anymore. Just put that in your little trash pile. And do it again, cut in a diagonal, cut in a diagonal, blah, blah. So now all I'm doing is cutting my strips into diagonals and putting my little triangles into the trash pile. So cutting them in diagonals, guys. Okay, so now I have all my little diagonal cut strips and I'm going to take one of them and cut it starting from the diagonal and cut it into smaller, thinner little strip things. So starting from the diagonal, as you can see, I'm going to cut it into small strips, but not cut it away. So I cannot stress this enough, guys. Make sure you keep about ½ an inch at the top of your strip, diagonally cut strip. And you're just going to cut it so that little tassels come up, but do not cut it all the way, otherwise it's ruined. So leave about ½ an inch of your little tassel thing and do that to all of them. So again, I'm cutting my little diagonally cut strips into smaller little tassels, but leaving ½ an inch at the top so you do not cut the tassels into individual tassels. Okay, so we have all our little individual tassel cut strips here. So if you can see, that's not a very good shot, Ellie. Thank you for that. That was pointless. But there, that's a bit better. You see the ½ an inch up there, and there are your little tassel things. So now you're just going to organize your tassels into the pattern you would like them to appear. So make sure that if you can see, the diagonal that you can still see on these tassels are all facing the same way. Otherwise, it's going to look pretty weird on your pen. So make sure they're all facing the same way with the diagonal going to the right or to the left, whichever way you want. Just make sure they're facing the same way. Now, you could do smallest to tallest. I personally didn't, but if you would like, then obviously that is an option for you. So just put it into the pattern that you would like, and then here is the next step. Alright, so I have my pattern that I would like laid out on my little board. Now I'm going to get a strip of duct tape that is slightly longer on each end. So make sure it's a little bit longer on the left side and a little bit longer on the right side than your lined up pattern. That way you have room if you would like to stretch out your pattern a little bit, or you have room for the pen. Alright, all I've done is I stuck the little tassels onto my strip of duct tape, and I leave a tiny little bit of space in between each. I think that just looks better personally, but you don't have to. So I've just put them all in the pattern I would like, and you see they're all stuck now, like a little picket fence. And so now I'm going to show you the next step. Alright, so I'm going to put my little cheetah pen on the end of my duct tape on the part that is sticky, and I'm going to start rolling. Now this is extremely difficult, and I mean, if you're really good, then good for you. I found this extremely difficult, and it's basically impossible to get it perfect, so you're really just going to have to keep it nice and tight, and it takes a lot of tries to get it nice. Here I am just rolling my pen on my duct tape little strips. Look at you, girlfriend, walking around those halls with that pen. You are gonna look fancy schmancy, I can tell you that. So, yeah, that's the finished pen.